Alright, today's topic is going to be on why we shouldn't fear sharks. Alright, the whole purpose of this is to get you guys to realize that sharks are not man-eating machines, I guess you would say. Many people fear sharks because of all the movies and other information that they receive, but, I mean, sharks really aren't just ruthless killers. Alright, when you think about a shark, if you're like me, you probably think about Jaws, the movie, which has continuously made people fearful of sharks. But at the same time, it also helped out a lot of people to become marine biologists just to study sharks and to prove to people that sharks are not worth fearing about. And in this speech, hopefully, I can convince you guys that sharks really are just natural animals and there's really nothing to fear. And hopefully you'll give sharks a second look. Alright, so first a little bit about sharks, I guess from my own point of view. Many people have them out to be man-eaters, obviously, but there's really never been any conclusive evidence that there's been any rogue sharks out there. And a rogue shark is just something that differs from its original food chain and changes onto something else. For instance, like human beings, we're not really part of their diet. We just happen to be at the wrong place at the wrong time a lot of the times. Anyways, so why are people so afraid of sharks? Well, throughout history, human beings have always been afraid of things that are bigger and more aggressive than they are. And in this case, it's sharks. And another big reason of why people are so scared of sharks is because of the media. Every time a shark attack happens on TV or a shark attack happens and the news reports it, it's always something bad about what a shark did. They never really talk about what the person did if he provoked the shark or something like that. It's just a shark attacked a person, the shark's gonna die or something. Even though in most cases, a shark attack isn't really an attack, it's more of just a bite, and then it goes away. And another big reason of why we're afraid of sharks is because in the ocean we're not in control. People are often afraid when they can't control a situation. And when you're in the ocean, you have no control over anything that happens at all. Alright. So let's look at some shark attack stats here. Alright. Worldwide, on average, there's roughly between 50 and 70 shark attacks a year, which isn't really too bad. The number consistently increases, of course, with the more humans repopulate and get bigger, and they have a tendency to go to the ocean for some recreational fun. And when you're in the shark's environment, an attack is bound to happen. But really, no matter what the case, statistically speaking, it's always going to be roughly about the same amount of attacks. From 2004 to 2013, there were a total of 689 shark attacks worldwide. Only 63 of those were fatal, and 626 were non-fatal attacks. So that's roughly about 90% of the attacks that did not end in death. That averages out to about 6 people dying from a shark attack in 1 year, which is far less than a car accident, somebody dying in a car accident or in a drug overdose or something like that. In 2010, the highest recorded shark attacks, the highest amount of recorded shark attacks there ever was 79. There were 79 attacks. But, that's still far less than people getting into car accidents in a year and drug overdosing and things like that. There's about a 1 in 11 million chance that you'll ever be attacked by a shark. And out of that 11 million, only in about 1 in about 3,700,000 will die. You're definitely more likely to get struck by lightning. On average, about 37 people die from a lightning strike, and on average only really about 19 die from a shark attack. So there's a little bit of a difference there. Alright. Let's see. Alright. Do all sharks attack humans? No, not even close. There are over 375 species of sharks. And roughly there's only been about 30 species of sharks that have ever attacked a human being. That's only about 12% of the entire species that have attacked a human being. Alright, but the top 10 deadliest sharks that there are, at the number 1 spot, there's the great white shark, which normally hunts in open water. In the number 2 spot, there's the tiger shark, which kind of likes a little tropical area and whatnot. And then number 3, there's the bull shark. It really hunts in fresh or salt water, mainly salt water, and it also hunts in murky water. The number 4 is the requiem shark. Number 5 is the sand tiger shark. Number 6 is the black tip reef shark. Number 7 is the narrow tooth shark. Number 8 is the hammerhead shark. Number 9 is the spinner shark. And number 10 is the blue shark. Alright, so when a person gets attacked by a shark, there's 2 different ways they get attacked. They get attacked by provoking a shark, which is, feeding the shark, touching a shark, things like that. And most recently, scuba divers have been getting attacked by sharks more often than not, because when they're trying to feed the shark is goes to bite their hand and whatnot, because the shark's eyes are on the side of their head, and whenever it tries to bite, they also close. So whenever it gets close, it can't tell the difference between where the fish ends and the hand starts, so a lot of divers gets their hand bitten and things like that. And then there's also an unprovoked attack, which is where a shark comes and bites you first without you even doing anything. And there's 3 types of unprovoked attacks. The first one, which is the most common, is going to be the hit and run. It kind of sounds like a car accident and whatnot, but what a shark will do, if it's in murky water, shallow water or something, and it's got its eyes set on a fish or something, it'll come up and it'll miss the fish or mistake you as a fish or something, and it will accidentally bite you, and it will just swim away right after that. And apart from a few minor injuries, or maybe a big one depending on how big the bite is, it's going to be nothing more than that. You're going to be able to get away. The second type of attack is going to be a sneak attack move, and that's used for more of open water. A shark will sneak up on its prey, whoever it might be or whatever it might be, accidentally a human or whatnot, but it'll attack you before you even know what's coming, and it will hit you with a lot of force, and you'll either be stunned or whatever, but it'll take a big chunk out of you. And even if it doesn't attack again, you're still going to be seriously injured, because it's usually a larger shark that'll do that, and it takes a big chunk out of you. The third type, there's going to be the nudge and bumper. Yeah, the nudge and bump. It's where a shark will circle around you and either hit you with its head or its body first just to see what's up, and then it'll come bite you, and most times it'll go away, but if it doesn't go away and it comes back, then it could lead to some serious injury and whatnot. So, ways to avoid a shark attack, pretty much. Don't go swimming in murky water. Try not to wear shiny jewelry or anything when you're swimming, because sharks are attracted to that because they think it's like a fish scale or whatnot. Definitely don't bleed in the water because they have a really great sense of smell. So, I mean, those are some ways that you can avoid getting attacked by a shark. Your chances of being attacked by a shark are slim to none, and so hopefully by now you got a sense that sharks aren't just man-eating animals, that they have a purpose in life, and hopefully you'll start to respect sharks a little bit more, maybe not be scared of them since you know how they hunt, what not to do around them, and statistically speaking that they account for very few attacks if you think about it.